everyone, this is a bit of a strange video for me. I never made one of these. I guess you would call it a rant here on YouTube. And it's about people lip syncing at live shows, which are not live actually, are they? And I know there's been a bit of a debate here about using auto-tune or quantizing music, and I certainly have an opinion on that, and we might get to it at some point, but I guess you know what I think of it. But this is worse, this is live music that's not live at all. This is the fact that you cannot buy a concert ticket today knowing that you'll actually see the performers perform. There's no guarantee. Maybe there's a handful of bands out there that will guarantee it in a way, out of reputation. I guess AC/DC, you can trust them, but really there's no way you can know. And it's become so widespread and so accepted actually in the industry that it's amazing to me to think that the norm is actually that at least a good part of the concert is not live. I remember growing up, I used to go see Chuck Berry and Iron Maiden and the Scorpions, and Paco de Lucia and Fabrizio D'Andrea. If you're from Italy, you know what I mean. And these people all made little mistakes. They made, they put up a great show, a great concert. It was full of emotion and full of, it was memorable. You never forget being at that concert. I used to go see Kiss and Aerosmith, and I was blown away by the way they played, the way they sang, and all the little imperfections and mistakes were just part of the show. I remember seeing some bands and go like, well, it wasn't a good night for the singer. That's fine. I remember seeing Paco de Lucia screw up a couple of times in a concert, and I didn't mind at all. There's a video of Brian May playing These Are the Days of Our Lives live, after Freddie's death, of course, but it's a very emotional song, and it builds up and it builds up and it builds up, and then the solo comes in and it's his moment to shine. There's a big spotlight on him, and the first note is the terrible note that he didn't want to play, and then he tries to fix it and goes to another note that's even worse. And it doesn't matter. Nobody will fault him for it. The concert was great, and there was this little thing, or maybe one or two more. It doesn't matter, right? I remember well, there's old videos of Queen, and sometimes Freddie hit a bad note. So what? He was giving it 100%, 110%, and so if you hit a bad note, then you hit a bad note. There's videos of Adele, who I respect a lot. I love Adele's voice, and Sia. Those are my two favorite female singers right now. But both of them have concerts where they stop and they say, there's one of Adele, there's more than one with Adele, and she says, let's start over again because I screw up. I'm a bit too pitchy on this one, or I'm scared shitless and I don't know what I'm doing, so let's do it again. And that's absolutely acceptable. It happens in classical music sometimes. It happens in jazz. It happens in many styles of music. Some styles of music actually, the mistakes, or not mistakes, but the eventualities of live performance are part of what makes them compelling. You go see a Indian classical music concert, a lot of it is improvised. You'll hear some stuff here and there, and that's part of the give and take between the audience and the performer. Now, I'm not saying that it's okay to be sloppy. As a matter of fact, I'm very sensitive to people who are just up there doing whatever. But put your time in, put your effort in, and then just go out and do your best. That's really all there is to it. I've made plenty of mistakes in my concerts, and I've seen the greatest guitar players in the world make some mistakes. And as long as there's real effort behind it, then it's fine. It's part of the performance. It's part of what makes the connection between performer and listener and audience. So I don't know what we should do about it. There's really nothing I can say. I try to only go to concerts where I know it's going to be live. Now, there's a whole spectrum here, so are backing tracks okay? Well, I don't know. I guess if you have a three-piece band and you need some keyboards, that's not the main part of the show, then I guess it's fine. I don't mind that. I also have to say that I don't need to hear the record when I go to a concert. I want to hear a concert. For example, on that, Queen was always great because their concerts were a rendition of the albums, not a perfect one. At the same time, I went to see Fabrizio D'Andrea again, and on some concerts, he would just play the album beginning to end, and it sounded just like the record, live 100%, but it did sound like the record. They weren't trying to replicate the record. And I might agree 100% with that or not, but I still accepted it as a performance. So you see, when you go to a show or when you buy a record, you accept the idiosyncrasies of the performer. You go see Prince, you accept that he might not play all the songs you want to hear, but he will play whatever it is he wants to play, and that's part of the deal. You go see Prince and you see whatever he wants to give you, and you can kind of be sure though that it's going to be 110%, and it's going to be live, right? That's the main thing. So I don't know what we should do about it. I don't know how we can maybe stop going to concerts. I don't think that's a great idea, but maybe demand it of the artists. And I think what the artists need to hear too is that they're accepted the way they are. They shouldn't be scared of going up there and walking the edge, right? And in rock and roll, we are used to it. We walk on that line where we can just fall off into the abyss. And that's kind of where it's dangerous and interesting. That's where the Rolling Stones used to live, right? I say used to because there's some talk about maybe doing some lip syncing there, but look at the Jimi Hendrix videos and all those performers. They're walking right on the edge, and I think that's what we should transmit to our favorite artists, that it's okay. And you know what? I'll take a mistake over a perfect performance any day. So this is all I had to say, really. I don't even know why I'm making this video. I don't know if you guys care about this kind of stuff, but if you do, please let me know below, and I promise I'll get back to guitar playing very, very soon.